Did you know that we have more than one type of muscle fiber in our body? We have smooth muscle fibers, cardiac muscle fibers, and skeletal muscle fibers, and they're all responsible for different actions within our body. And is on different types of muscles in our body. So, muscles are responsible for converting chemical potential energy into kinetic energy of movement. And all of our muscles can contract. And when they do, they move a part of the body. Fun, all human communication and expression is due to contraction of our face muscles. And we have all the different expressions that we can create. There are three different types of muscle. We have smooth muscle cells, cardiac muscle cells, and skeletal muscle cells. Smooth muscle cells are long and tapered and are typically arranged in parallel lines in flat sheets. They have only one nucleus per cell and will contract involuntarily. And they're found in many different parts of the body. Smooth muscle cells form sheets in the walls of the digestive system and digestive glands, where it moves food along through peristalsis. In the walls of blood vessels, where we can regulate blood pressure and blood flow by dilating and constricting. Forms the sphincters on the body, which control the movement of fluids through vessels and ducts, as well as the light that enters our eyes through our pupils. And it is found in the walls of the internal organs. Cardiac muscles are striated, which means they have bands of light and dark when stained and viewed under a microscope. They're cylindrical and they're branched out, creating net-like structures. There is one nucleus per cell, and these cells contract involuntarily. They're only found in the walls of the heart chambers, and it's responsible for the pumping action of the heart. Skeletal muscle forms the meat of animal bodies. The cells are very long and striated, which again have light and dark bands when viewed under a microscope after they've been stained, and they're cylindrical. But unlike cardiac cells, they're going to have multiple nuclei per cell, and these contract voluntarily. They're also anchored and attached to the bones on the skeleton, which is why they're known as skeletal muscles. There are approximately 600 different skeletal muscles in the human body, which bring out a variety of movements, such as the movement of limbs, moving our entire body, breathing movements of the rib cage and the diaphragm, and a wide range of facial expressions. There's also a variety of other functions of skeletal muscles as well. They support the body and enable us to stand upright, provide protection to our organs, such as our kidneys and our abdominal organs. They stabilize our joints by attaching through tendons, and they also provide a homeostatic function to help maintain body temperature by generating heat. Muscles can only contract, therefore, they can only pull and cannot push. Any muscle's work is done during contraction. The passive state of a muscle is relaxation. So, because of this, after a muscle has contracted, another muscle must work in a pair to extend that muscle. So, they work in pairs antagonistically. So, considering the movement of the arm, our biceps are contracted and our tricep is relaxed and extended. When our tricep contracts, our bicep is relaxed and extended. So extending our arm, we do through contracting our triceps, not through relaxing our biceps. Connective tissue is wrapped around each muscle fiber bundle and around the whole muscle itself. Blood vessels and nerve fibers are going to pass between each bundle of muscle, providing the blood supply it needs to bring oxygen and nutrients to the muscle, and also to trigger and control muscle contractions. Muscles entirely of themselves consist of long muscle cells called muscle fibers, which can be up to 20 centimeters long, making them some of the largest single cells in the whole human body. The muscle fibers are then going to be organized into bundles. Each muscle fiber is itself made up from hundreds of thousands of smaller units called myofibrils. Each myofibril is made up of even finer myofilaments, which contain proteins responsible for muscle contraction. Numerous mitochondria are found within the muscle fiber to produce ATP during muscle contraction. So here is a flow chart of muscle structure. We have our muscle, our breakdown, our muscle fiber bundles, and then inside of those we have each individual muscle fiber, followed by myofibril, and then a myofilament, and then at the very end, actin and myosin, which we'll talk about in the next lesson, as they are responsible for muscle contraction. Thanks for joining today. Take care.